related to
Technology is an important industry, or you can say many people work in the technology industry, just like many other cities. Just like many other cities, many people work in the technology industry. Say it that way.
oh, okay, yeah, thank you, I got
Okay.
it.
So basically, Asalan, basically, I mean, your English is all wrong. Every single sentence is wrong. It's corrupted. It's not right. So, chances are, if you take an IELTS test, you'd get a 5 in grammar. Okay? So, now I'm not going to correct you anymore. Okay? We already know your grammar is at most a 6, probably a 5. Okay, so now I'm going to focus on your fluency, your pronunciation, and your vocabulary. Okay? So,
Okay.
just talk now, and I'm not going to correct you anymore because every sentence is wrong. Okay, keep going.
Okay, so the question is same.
Yeah, just keep talking about this question. Yeah, what kind of jobs do the people in your city do?
Well, currently in my city, a lot of people are doing the jobs related to computer, for example, IT specialists, because people know that by having this job, they can get a lot of salaries and they can be rich, which they can provide them with a content lifestyle. Yeah.
Okay, so so there's inaccuracies in your vocabulary, which would also put you into a 6. Your pronunciation is fine. Let's say they'll give you a 7 in pronunciation because they very rarely give 8, but your pronunciation is fine. So I know many people who have perfect pronunciation, they still only get 7. So I mean, but your pronunciation is good. Um, the problem with your fluency is that because the sentences are all incorrect, it's hard to understand what you're saying. So I would say you're roughly at a band 6 level.
Can I tell you something, Richard?
Yeah,
If you allow, of course.
yeah.
Yeah, I took the test about 6 months ago, and I think
Hmm.
my English level was the same at the time.
Hmm.
So now, after I got my result, it was 7.5 in speaking, and I really wanted to know my weak points. So then they provided me, with my band score from each sections, and it
Yeah.
was actually 8 from fluency, and what's more, from vocabulary it was 7, and from grammar also it was 7, but from other two sections it
That's
was 8.
amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, the IELTS, look, it's all over the place. The examiners do what they want to do. But I know people who have far more accurate vocabulary and grammar who only got 6.5.
Yeah, I
So
think it's really
it's all
depends
over
on the
the
exam
place.
situation as well.
It's all over the place. But your sentences are incorrect. I mean, who knows who your examiner is and how they're judging it? But uh, that's a very good score, and I would just live with it. I would not try to do higher.
Yeah. I'm just actually, participating in such live streams for the first time. Yeah, maybe I have some emotions. Yeah, I think that's
No,
the reason why I'm having some problems.
it could just be the examiner. It's very very difficult to predict how an examiner will score something. But what you can do is there's a IELTS live stream, and I put a link in today. A guy named Lar, he does complete test success, and he has IELTS live streams, and he invites people to participate complete test success, and he invites people to participate, and he can give you some accurate feedback. But uh, uh, I would be shocked if he would say you are 7.5, because I heard this morning rate someone at a 7, and she was more fluent than you. She was more accurate with vocabulary, and she was more accurate with the grammar. The only thing she was her problem was her pronunciation. You have better pronunciation than her, but he rated her as 7, and she was far more accurate than you are. So, examiners and IELTS are examiners. It's the luck of the draw sometimes. But in my estimation, I would not say that you're. How could it be 7.5 when every sentence is incorrect?
Well, okay, I have one more question. So you just mentioned one person who's just, I don't know, maybe conducting full IELTS mock exam. So did he work in, IELTS? I mean,
Yeah,
IDP
he's
or
an
British
IELTS ex
IELTS?
examiner. He's an IELTS ex examiner, and he's from Britain.
Oh, yeah,
So,
I see.
probably he was a senior examiner because I mean his English is extremely good. And depending upon the examiner, they will judge people differently. So
Yeah, okay, 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 you can continue.
yeah, but if you want to get his input, now he had a live stream this morning, and so I think he might do it once a week. So you could morning my time. It was about 2 hours ago, so it's morning my time. It's going to be later your time, but you can sign up. You can go to the site and you can subscribe, and he'll send out a notice when the next live stream is going to be. And he had about 12 or 13 people there today, and I think he talked to about 4 or 5. Almost everyone who wanted to talk to him, he did, and he gave them some accurate feedback. See, the
Okay,
big problem, Asran, is that your sentences were all wrong. So your inaccurate grammar, inaccurate vocabulary, and because of that, it would affect your fluency. But your pronunciation was good. So how to say to someone who is not very familiar with grammar and vocabulary usage, because you made a few mistakes in terms of plurals and singulars. So someone who's not familiar, they may think it sounds great, but because I hear it right away. I hear all the mistakes you're making. So and I know people who are far more accurate and fluent who got 6.5 and 7. Now, I think they were marked low. I think they should have gotten 7 or 7.5.
yeah,
But,
yeah, maybe.
IELTS is very difficult to predict.
Yeah, I took the IELTS test 4 times and only once I got 7, and all the times I got 7.5 in my speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not getting it higher, so
You
that's
see,
the problem.
it's not not getting it higher. I'm not getting a higher score. I can't um, I can't explain how, because I know for 7.5 you're only allowed very few errors, and they cannot be systematic errors. But in your case, there's so many errors. It's hard to explain 7.5.
Yeah, I think you
You
also.
know, for them, the pronunciation might be enough. I don't know. Your English might be better than your examiners, and for them, they might think the pronunciation is enough.
All the examiners are just like they speak just like natives. They already got their 9. That's why their English is much
Well,
better than mine. And
they
also, I
they,
think
they,
it's not.
they got a 9, but not from a real examiner. They got a 9 from the head examiner at the institution.
No, actually, my examiner was an American person who was
Okay,
native. Yeah,
if he's
it is
native,
clear
it's
from his
fine.
speech.
That is absolutely strange. That native person. What did he give you in grammar?
Well, okay, I'm gonna tell you something. I just
Yeah,
answered only one of your questions. So, in IELTS exam as well, part one will give only just, let's say, 20 or 30% of your overall score. It's more
right.
about part two and part three. These parts are much important than part one. Because in part one, all people can have some emotions. They have to adapt to the new situation. They're just sitting with an examiner.
Yeah,
There
I
will be a
understand. I
yeah,
understand that they pay most attention to two and three, but they gave you a seven in grammar. Is that correct in your individual score?
yeah. I I was assessed with 7 in terms of grammar and vocabulary the same.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Everyone has their own method of scoring. Looking at the rubrics, given the number of errors you're making, it's not a seven. But in your institution, it's okay. It, IELTS is very difficult to predict. Very difficult because
Yeah,
every institution is independent and they have their own examiners and their own. How many times did you take the test?
I took the test 4 times.
Four times. Okay.
Yeah,
Yep. Very, very difficult to predict. But
yeah,
I
you're right.
cannot see how someone could be making errors in every sentence and could you and be given a seven. So that to me is bewildering.
Yeah, I
And if you
mean, I
don't,
just joined this live
and
stream
if
randomly, so I didn't
hmm?
know what was happening here. You just asked who just took the test and when was it, what was the score. I just wrote it and I was selected. I didn't know what was happening here,
Yeah.
so I just
No,
joined randomly.
I listened to you, and for me, the big issues were your vocabulary was inaccurate. Like you were saying, increase instead of improve, and you were using plurals instead of singular. Grammatically, your sentences were incorrect. And if you don't trust me,
Well,
write
I
an IELTS essay and just put it in Quillbot. Just go Quillbot, and you'll see how many errors you're making. So you'll see that I'm not just making things up.
yeah, yeah.
So
I'm not saying you are wrong. I'm sure
hmm?
you are correct. Yeah, you are absolutely correct and not telling you
Yeah,
are wrong because you're native. I'm not native.
yeah. Well, I would just say that the IELTS is very unpredictable,
Yeah.
very unpredictable scoring, and that's why I tell people to take the TOEFL because the TOEFL is much more accurate in the marking.
Yeah, but you know, in TOEFL it's possible to cheat, especially in online version.
In the home version, but many universities and countries won't accept the at-home version. So yeah, the at-home version is not accepted by everyone.
Yeah, yeah.
But other than that, you can go to an institution and take it. The main thing about the TOEFL is the marking is centralized, and the speaking and writing are marked both by computer and a human. And if there's a discrepancy, it's marked by another human. Plus, the TOEFL will give a full explanation of your score in their marks, and they will give you sample correct answers so that someone can hear the correct answer. So it's all in all, it's much more examinee friendly because you're getting multiple marks and centralized, and you're getting lots of good feedback too. When you get your score back,
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
yeah.
And
So
also, you know,
I
yeah,
recommend to people who if they want an accurate, we call it accurate indication of their proficiency, take the TOEFL.
yes. Because in IELTS, you know, you can predict the questions, especially in speaking exam. There is an app called just Speaking Assistant. You just can read all the questions, especially part one and part two questions. If you're ready for those questions, so then you can answer easily in your speaking exam. That's why I
Yeah,
think
some people
IELTS
may
is
be able to
easier.
memorize. The TOEFL is a little bit more realistic because you're speaking based upon material that you're reading and you're listening to, and so that's more realistic. You're responding to information as opposed to just having to respond to some random topic. So altogether, I find the TOEFL far more predictable than the IELTS. So I cannot explain the 7.5 unless you were much better prepared the last time you took it, and now you took it again, and there's been some deterioration in your language skills.
Yeah, but thanks for the advices. I really
Yeah,
appreciate it.
it's advice. Thanks for the advice.
Yeah, thank you very
Yeah,
much.
you're very welcome, Asha.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
IELTS is something else. Yeah, it's advice. That's correct, not advices.
Yeah.
You know, what can I say, guys? Yeah. All I can tell you is know good English and then hope for the best because I cannot predict the IELTS scores. I want to come up. Okay, let me talk to Delir. I think that'll be it. What's up, Delir? Tell me what's going on.
Hey, how are you, Rishad?
Good. How's things going with you?
Everything's going great. Thank you so much. Of course, after going through your materials, everything is. I'm doing great, actually.
Yeah, I'm glad you do. Don't say actually, it hurts my ears.
Oh,
But
I'm so sorry. Okay, I will close out in my mind that one.
but your
So,
English, but your English is very good. So
thank you.
my recommendation is find out from Ashahan where he
Let,
took the score, where he took the test, and go there because you'll get 7.5.
okay,
Everyone
okay.
goes to the institution that Ashahan goes to.
I just threw this paragraph to the call bot, and let me read it to you after. I actually it fixed two errors for me. So I just wrote, I just want to say thank you so much for the materials you shared in your moments. They are super helpful, and I'm getting a great benefit from them. And I think I'm doing well with my studying. I just want
Yeah,
to
I'm
add.
getting lots of benefit.
What the,
I'm getting
I
many
just want.
benefit. Yeah, it's not great benefit. Great benefit doesn't sound good, but otherwise, your English is sounding great.
Okay, I just want to urge everyone in this room to follow your recommendations if they want to get a good score in IELTS and if they want to improve their English. And I
Well,
just want this. I just want to
well,
say, if I had known,
I want everyone to listen to Delir because Delir's English is perfect. I mean, there's some small little stuff, but that's perfect English.
well,
So
thank you so much. You made my day, actually. I swear, if I had known you before, my English would have been completely different. But unfortunately, I had known you like for I think a week ago. I just like followed your movements, and yes, everything like. But step by step, I am following your recommendation. Mm, yes.
yeah, no, you're doing great, Delir. I mean, you're sounding very fluent. You're very accurate. You're expressing your ideas very well. So yeah.
Someone
And
else
to my
from
mind, you're
Canada.
clearly a band seven. I mean, you're absolutely a band seven now. And but that's near native, near native. Anything above that, I don't know how they score it. So, but you're near native, so you're able to communicate at this point in time clearly and fluently.
There is still some confusion when someone asks me when in real test because someone from Canada, I think it was yesterday, hey, invite me on the stage and asked me a couple of questions regarding to speaking part. So
Regarding
I
the speaking part, regarding the speaking part.
or like sorry, the part speaking of IELTS. I mean.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he asked me some question about my hometown and something like that. So uh, for my coherence, it was a little bit weak. So yeah, I have to work on that. So today and yesterday, I was working with that and writing comprehensive sentences and putting throwing them in quail quailbot. Sorry,
Quillbot.
quailbot.
Yeah.
Quailbot. Yeah, and I think. Situation would be better in the future. Maybe I
Yeah.
hope so. But
In order to answer these IELTS questions, just make sure you have a very clear image in your mind of what you want to talk about and describe it in detail.
yeah, this is because like you said, we are. I still like not accustomed to s- to link sentences together because it's something new for me, especially IELTS.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I have lots of like vocabularies in my mind, but it still need
I have
to
lots
be
of vocabulary. Lots of
vocabulary.
vocabulary.
Okay, this would be the the last time to make this mistake. I just yeah. I will remember you
This is the
another
last
time.
time I'll make this mistake. This is the last time I'll make this
I will.
mistake. Mhm.
Okay.
Well, the best way to learn is to write your answers down so you learn how to describe something coherently.
Mm,
And
yeah. Of
uh,
course, I will do that. Of course.
and remember to describe an image in your mind.
Yeah, and that guy actually he was the same method like you. He said like thinking English, write down and correct your mistakes, and then read and read what you
That's
just
that's
read.
how you that's how to improve it. Yeah, you have to make sure that you're accurate, that your grammar is accurate, that your vocabulary is accurate, and then you practice by writing on how to describe things. So then you learn how to become coherent and how to link sentences together.
Yeah, teacher Lawrence said the same thing actually,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like you, he said you should start with the writing part of IELTS
yeah,
and
yeah,
then go to speaking. Like you, the same thing he said.
yeah, yeah. He's good. So he's a teacher on Hello Talk.
No, no, Lar
Oh,
Ryan.
Lar, yeah, Lar.
Lar,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
The
From
person
Complete
we just talked
Success.
about. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Because
I
that's how
had the chance to talk to him.
the key here is the key to learning is you have to have correction, and you
Yeah, yeah.
cannot correct someone while they're speaking. So the only way to correct is while writing, and you can use a Quillbot or some grammar checker to correct you. So then you learn how to write and speak accurately.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, we are like just wasting time for years, and just we are like making the same mistakes um, over and over again. So yes, it's just wasting time, I think. So
Yeah,
it's time someone to correct us
focus on
to
being correct,
sound
clear,
fluent. Yeah,
and concise and coherent. That's what you need to focus on.
of course. Well,
Okay.
thank you so
Um,
much for your time.
okay, I'm going to end it now, guys.
Okay.
Okay. But you're doing great, Lear. Keep it
Thank
up.
you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. You're making some non-systematic errors, small things. So that would put you clearly in the band seven. You're, for me, you're fluent. Definitely band, at least band seven. Yeah, everything's at least a band seven. You pronounce everything. Even you might be even a band eight in fluency and in pronunciation, and your vocabulary seems fine too. So you're a very solid band 7.5. Very solid.
Well, is my pronunciation accurate to you?
Yeah, yeah, your pronunciation is accurate. Yeah. Yeah, you can tell that you're from another country, but no big deal. I mean, I understood everything. The only issue that you had while talking to me was that
Mhm.
once in a while you'd make some small grammar error, like vocabularies kind of stuff, or
Vocabulary.
or inaccuracy.
You are very upset with this word. Okay, I will, I will gonna remove this one in my mind.
Now,
Is there any
it could
synonym
it could be
instead?
on an exam. It could be on an exam. You get a little bit nervous and you don't know how to answer a question coherently, and that just takes practice. You write down an answer, you correct it, and gradually you learn how to answer questions coherently. Otherwise it's fine.
I hope native speaker will find another synonym to the word vocabulary.
No, vocabulary is fine. What's no good is vocabularies, the plural.
Yeah, so no one can make this mistake again.
Oh, no one makes this mistake again. Yeah, don't say vocabularies. Yeah, God.
I
Yeah,
will remember.
even the prior speaker said advices. It's like it's ubiquitous on Hello Talk. Let me write that down. Ubiquitous,
How about
ubiquitous.
training? Sorry. How about
Yeah.
training? Sometimes it gave me the error when when I write trainings. We should
Yes,
say
training. Yeah, it's not trainings, it's training.
that's same vocabulary training. There is no
Yeah,
plural,
training.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
I got that.
ubiquitous means that everyone is doing it. So everyone in Hello Talk says advices, they say vocabularies, they say honestly,
Why you
actually.
are upset with honestly and actually? Is this like a not common use in?
It's way overused. Normally, okay, so I'm talking to you and you ask and then you ask me a question. I say, well, honestly, right? Well,
Yeah.
that would imply that everything else I say is dishonest.
Mm. So
Why? Why would I have to use the word honestly? Only if
otherwise,
you're dishonest. And it's interesting, but every time I hear someone, a native, say honestly, I know they're about to tell me something dishonest because
how?
there's no need to say honestly unless you're being dishonest. The only time I say honestly is if
Mhm,
someone, for example, says something like, "Well, what do you think about my English?"
mm,
And then it might be uncomfortable. I say, "Well, honestly, you need to improve your grammar." So
mhm,
once in a while I'll say that, but only kind of I'm trying to temporize what I'm saying. I don't want it to sound too bad. That's about. And listen, I've been talking for an hour and a half. I haven't used it honestly yet, but everyone in Hello Talk they use it for every sentence. Actually,
mm,
honestly, honestly, actually,
mhm,
honestly. I'm going to be honest with you, but honestly, like it honestly didn't happen that way. Honestly, it didn't really. Honestly,
okay. How
you don't need a word. You don't need a
I
word.
heard some people are saying frankly. How about frankly?
Same thing.
Same thing. Okay.
Yeah, but frankly, you sometimes say, um, if you know you're about to say something that will annoy the other person, you'll say, well, frankly, and then it's kind of like signaling to them you're about to annoy them, you're about to upset them.
Mm.
I'm going to be frank with you. Right? So
Uh, well, yesterday just I was watching a YouTube about speaking. Just the teacher said, I don't know if you go how percent you are agree with her. He said if you just want to be more like to get a band nine in speaking, you have just to use some, not many, some advanced vocabulary. Do you agree with her? She was a teacher.
yeah, you only need you only need a little bit of advanced vocabulary. You only use advanced vocabulary when you have to in order to explain something. You don't use it because you feel that you want to sound advanced, so you're going to use
Mhm.
advanced vocabulary. No, you only use advanced vocabulary when you have to.
Mhm.
So I could
Like
have said everyone. I could have said everyone on Hello Talk says advices. I could say that, but I wanted to use a different word so that people who are listening can learn a new word. So I said ubiquitous. That means everywhere.
Yeah, ubiquitous. I just about to say this one.
Yeah,
It sounds like it's an advanced vocabulary.
yeah, yeah.
Like
That's why I
if
used it. I used it
how
so people get because I speak at very simple levels, so I thought people might like that word.
like
Yeah,
pejorative. How
yeah.
about pejorative, ephemeral, pejorative, ephemeral?
Ephemeral
Uh,
is a interesting word. It means it goes away quickly. It's an interesting
yeah,
word. What's the other word? Pejorative? It's
pejorative.
okay. It's a nice word, but how often do I say pejorative? I don't remember the last time I said it. Maybe I've never said it. Maybe I only read the word. Maybe I never use it. Ephemeral I use like once in a while, maybe like once every 6 months, saying that the effect is ephemeral. Ephemeral means that goes away quickly. Let me write
Yeah.
that down because so people can see the word. This word I use once in a while. the effect goes away quickly. Yeah, pejorative, I don't think I ever used that word.
How about enigma? Enigma and misanthrope.
Massive job, definitely never. An enigma, again, maybe once in a year, once every 2 years. Normally, I'll say it's puzzling.
Mm.
It's Enigma,
Yeah,
enigma.
enigma.
It's not the kind of word I would use. Like, there's very few opportunities even to use that word.
Okay,
So,
okay.
oh gosh, here enigma. That's how you. Let me write down there. That's enigma. Yeah, I mean, they're not really advanced words. They're really uncommon words, and the reason they're uncommon is because there's very few opportunities to use the words, and there's much better words you can use that are more easily understood. But if I would say something like the scoring on the IELTS is an enigma, that means it's very difficult to understand. It's puzzling. But I instead of saying it's an enigma, I say it's unpredictable. It's very difficult to predict.
Okay,
So
Richard, I really like the word assuage. Do you use them?
Wait,
Do you use
yeah,
it?
you can use it one time once in a while. It means to make someone feel a little better.
Assuage, yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. That you can use once in a while. Okay, guys, good
Okay.
talking to everyone today. Um, I'll leave my voice room every time I use the word care. Yep, that's the word.
Well, thank you, thank you. Bye.
That's the most important word. So the reason I'm here is because I care about you. And if you appreciate what I do for you, all I ask you to do is to care for other people, especially people in countries that are having horrible situation right now. And if you can take a few moments to care about them, to send them your love, give them some hope. If more and more people care about those people, even if they're not in your country, they will have hope and they need hope. So I spend a good part of my day understanding what's going on, trying to help where I can, demonstrating to other people my concern, and letting the people who know countries know that I care. Love you too, Lotfi. Uh, you're welcome, Molly. Have a great day, MTK. Uh, you're welcome, Molly. Okay, guys, I'm going to say goodbye. Take care, David. Thank you, dear Delir. Keep studying. You're doing great. You can carry along conversations just fine right now. So you're definitely at a C1 near native level. Congratulations. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Take
I
care,
will.
Ali.
Thank you.
Take care, Ali. Bye, Imran. You're welcome, Malika. See you all again soon. You're very welcome, Abraham. Abraham. Good luck. Good luck to you all. Love you all.